welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for some more multiplayer racing. Bonus points if anybody recognises where this livery is from. I like it a lot. It's very cool. But anyway, I didn't make it. I'd love to say I did. I didn't make it. I found it. But yeah, well done if you recognise it. Regardless, for this session, we are racing A-Class cars. However, they had to be fitted with V12 engines. Now, they didn't have to come with a V12 standard, and most of them haven't. Probably going to annoy a lot of people, but there's an awful lot of muscle cars with V12 shoved in. I'm using the Hemi Cuda. I love the car. I haven't had much call to use it before. Thought I'd do something a little bit different, although I'm not the only one that's had this idea, apparently. There's a couple of Supras, there's a Corvette, there's a Bentayga, which is an interesting choice, Countach, a couple of Ferraris in here. So yeah, I've gone for the Cuda. It's using the V12 from the TVR, the Speed 12 engine, which, I mean, I love that car as well. So it's one of my favourite muscle cars with one of my favourite engines slash car. I love the Speed 12 is amazing. It's silly, but awesome. So yeah, this can only go well, right? It has also been made all-wheel drive, because this series of events is not only tackling tarmac, but also tackling some off-road stuff as well. I mean, the Bentayga may not be terrible, to be honest with you. It may work. I'm on the off-road race tyres, the big chunky off-road tyres. So we aren't going to have amazing grip on the tarmac. We should be quite good off-road, being all-wheel drive and everything. Now, my straight line speed, I mean, it's going to be okay. I have 800 horsepower, which is a lot of horsepower, but we are quite heavy at 3,700 pounds, and we have been very muscled out of that one. I mean, the machine, I am genuinely very worried about, the AMC. I know how good that car is. I did think about building one, but I've built them and run them before, and I wanted to go try something else. Which is why I have come up with this. So yeah, we'll see how it fares. But I say I'm worried about it. I expect the AMC to be very, very strong in all of this. The Countach has got itself up to the lead of the race. The AMC is coming to have a look to the outside at the final corner. Oh, we've got a lot of understeer through there. Well, I mean, the car ahead hits the wall. We are going to hopefully sneak our way up the inside. The AMC is going to go to the outside. 3 wide into turn 1 is a difficult one to pull off. Now, the interesting question is going to be what tyres a car's on through all of this. I mean, the Bentayga, and you expect the Bentayga to be on off-road race tyres, but it could well not be. I have seen builds with those vehicles on others. I just don't know what tyres the car gets, basically. So yeah, maybe you try something wacky. I mean, it's certainly very fast here, which is fair play. I am definitely not able. I mean, the weird thing with this Cuda is it drives very nicely, but it's one of these cars that I think is deceptively slow. This feels like it's very nice to drive. It feels good. It feels like it accelerates well and everything. But I have a feeling it's actually just not all that far. We've certainly got no answer for the top cars. A bit of a kerfuffle behind has actually dropped the AMC and the other Hemi Cuda back. Well, I mean, we do take a little while to get turned into the first corner. But then, yeah, we can get on the power. I think it is. It's one of those cars that I think is just a little bit... what's the word for it? It is slower than it feels. And it happens sometimes. I've had cars that drive horribly, and I've really disliked and thought they were terribly slow, and it turns out they're actually very fast. I mean, the balance, it might be that the balance kind of suits me, because I can just jump on the throttle really early and it's going to grip because it's all-wheel drive and has huge tyres. As regular viewers will know, I don't like oversteery cars. I don't like the back of cars moving around. This certainly doesn't. It has more than enough grip to actually deal with that, but it is a smidge understeer. I think maybe the main problem is it's heavy, but then there's a Bentayga going very quickly, and that will be heavier than we are, I think. But not very good. I mean, I didn't get that corner right myself. We overdrove it a bit on the way in. Yeah, I mean, if we're not great here, I don't know where we're going to be strong with this car. I mean, off-road is weirdly the hope the hope for the Hemi Cuda. The Bentayga is the only SUV we have in this field. So, yeah, the big hope for me is going to be, weirdly, that we're amazingly good on the dirt. I mean, we're clearly not going to be amazingly good at the twisty stuff. So, jeez, the front two are just gone. There is just nothing that I can do about that, really. Which is, I mean, I didn't necessarily expect to be winning this race. I'd hoped to at least be closer. The fact that the gap is that much. I mean, the AMC got a little bit stuck in the traffic, but I think it is quicker than me. It has caught, though I've had a very bad lap. That's also not even close to the level of the top two cars. So we are going to have some work to do going forward. The AMC has got some work to do on this, the final lap. We've got to be careful. Really can't afford any more mistakes here. We've got to make sure we don't leave the door open at any point. We've got to make sure we don't bump off a wall. Make sure we don't miss a braking point, like a brake. Any of those bad, terrible things, got to try and avoid. And the AMC is definitely pushing hard. Well, it ran a little bit wide, just clipped the Armco. That will have lost it some momentum. Don't understeer through there. I mean, we get on the power nice and early at least. I think we might have just got away from the AMC at least on this final lap. It's definitely quicker than we are around here, but it's not going to be by enough. We are going to hopefully stay ahead. Didn't have a great hairpin. Oh, got to really slow the car down for this sort of penultimate corner. This is probably the section where the AMC is really closing in. I know they're quite light, the Rebels. And then one more corner to go for us, and it is through the final turn, quite nicely through the final turn. Yeah, I mean, we were kept honest. We were definitely kept honest by the AMC. As I said, probably a little bit faster. However, we got through the traffic, we got through the little bit of the chaos. No answer for the top two cars. So yeah, me, the AMC, the Ferrari, all pretty similar in terms of lap time, which is what we like to see. The Supra was very quick, but missed a checkpoint, ended up down at the back. Now, my big question is what tyres are the top cars on? If they're on off-road race, we're screwed. It doesn't look like it. They don't. I mean, they're very difficult to tell. They look more like rally tyres, I should think. And it didn't look like the Bentayga had off-road race. So maybe we're going to be very good off-road. Oh, dear. Well, we head to the Baja circuit for our next race. Could be a good track for us around here. We will have to wait and see on this one. I'm hoping this is kind of the hope for the Plymouth, that it might work nicely around this track, but we shall see. I mean, this is a fast. I was going to say it's a fast off-road circuit. It's probably not in some regards. We've got some nasty, twisty sections. Although a bit of straight line speed down the start-finish straight is always helpful. Could do with the car being good on the landings of the jumps. That's always an interesting challenge around here. We will certainly be able to see who is on rally tyres and who is on the off-road race tyres and who is all-wheel drive, etc. Off the line, we will launch quite nicely for me and that AMC. Through the air, we shall fly as well with the vehicles. A little bit of a clonk on the landing, but that's fine. The GTO is up very wide. I'm going for a slightly different line through. I'm actually trying to make the most of ghost mode through here. And we pop out the other side, battling with the AMC. I hear the AMC in the water, didn't see where it ended up now. The Ferrari will probably be on the off-road race tyres. I would imagine that's actually to drop the PI down as well in the GTC4, whatever, I can't remember the name. I want to call it the FF, but it isn't anymore. So yeah, that is probably done to get the PI down, and it will have an advantage here compared to those cars not on off-road race tyres. Ferrari doesn't want to turn. To be fair, neither does my Plymouth here. We're trying to get desperately to get to the inside. I want to get gone before the likes of the machine turn up. Not really an overtaking spot through the final corner. The Ferrari's got a good amount of straight line speed, actually, down here. Oh, thought about... I should have sent it around the outside. I think I would have had the grip, to be honest with you. I think we could have done it. We are going to dive to the inside across the jump. Are we better on the landing than the Ferrari? We are. Try and slow the car down. I'm half expecting the nose of a Ferrari up the inside. Couldn't do it. Might try it here. I'm happy, though, to use the banking. Well, the Ferrari just washed up the circuit. We do see this sometimes, and I can never really figure it... I can't really ever figure it out, but sometimes, like the line I took through there, I ran quite a high line on that part of the circuit, and I do like quite a high line up here. Just sometimes you'll get to a point where you turn in, and your car just goes straight. It's never a good thing. It is. I mean, it's not something you want, but yeah, chronic understeer up at some of these corners can be a real problem for, well, let's say, chronic understeer, and then the next lap around you'll do what you think is a very similar thing, and your car turns no problem at all. So yeah, if you like fall out of the groove slightly in places, can be a real problem. But yeah, I mean, the Hemi Cuda is doing, I say what it was built for. I'm not going to say completely what it was built for, but this is one of those. I was hoping it was going to be better on the tarmac going for this. Certainly at the festival circuit, like, I figured there would be tracks where it wouldn't be very good at. But yeah, I was hoping 800 horsepower was going to be enough, but everybody's got crazy amounts of straight line speed in these V12 machines. And yeah, what has worked for me, I mean, this is the specialist conundrum, isn't it? You could build a car that's very good at one thing. And normally, we more often than not see cars built for, I say, for the off-roading. I mean, some people are much better at building cars than I and can make off-road race tyre cars work on tarmac. I don't quite know how to do it. I'm sure there is a better way to do it. I mean, I've had some that do. This one here, I think, is just too heavy to really work. But yeah, specialist cars for some of this can come in very handy. I'm not going to say they're going to give you a guaranteed win, because by the looks of it, the Rebel is along very similar lines. I think the Rebel is better than me on tarmac. The problem the Rebel may have is it's slightly better than me on tarmac, but is going to get beaten by the tarmac cars. And then when it goes to the bit that it's quite good at, it finds that the Hemi Cuda's that little bit better as well. I mean, I've been in that situation before. It's frustrating. But yeah, it is the way that it goes with these specialist cars. So yeah, off-road wise, I only think 3 of us are on off-road race tyres for this one, which would be me, Chromatic, and Speed Beast. I think the rest are, I mean, if the Bentayga was on off-road race tyres, it would be much further up. So, I don't know why I took the corner like that. That was a terrible line through all of that. We are flying around this track. I don't know if the lap time's any good. I mean, I've probably got faster A-class cars, but certainly in this field, the Hemi Cuda is the one to have. It's, yeah, a little understeery in places and probably a little bit too heavy ultimately. However, 800 horsepower from a TVR V12 and a lot of grip from some very big off-road race tyres is nice indeed, even if it is a rather spread out race. We are going to cross the line. It was another 110.0. There's more speed in that car, to be honest, around there as well. You can easily get there into the 1.9s. Because that final lap I was all over the place in a couple of corners. So, there we go, yeah. We were half a second clear of the Rebel and a couple of seconds clear of the Ferrari and 4 seconds clear of the rest. Yeah, the Rebel definitely kept us honest. I think we had the measure of it there. When it comes to tarmac, it's a different story, but off-road, the Cuda is very good. It's very, very good indeed. Bentayga the best of, I presume, the rally-tired cars. Yeah, I'll take it. It's a victory. We have a specialist car, just not quite in the way you normally end up with them. We're off to the Plaza circuit next. I'm a long way back. Oh, damn it. With the Countach and the Bentayga. I mean, plus point for this circuit. I'm all-wheel drive. My car accelerates like crazy. So at the slow corners, it'll be good. But it's not the best. We're expecting the Countach and the Bentayga to probably run off with this. The Rebel, if I can... I don't know what I can do about the Rebel, really. And I don't know how some of the other cars are going to fare at this track, because this is very, very different. I mean, we've had one fast circuit and one off-road circuit, and now we've got one twisty technical circuit. So, Yeah, we will see what happens. We might end up annoying Art, although I think that Lamborghini is going to be too good handling. Oh, a little bit of slow-mo lag? Yeah, I was going to say, I think the Lamborghini is going to be too good handling that it'll be ahead before we get out of the slow-mo-y section. There's a few muscle cars with some understeer going on through there. Now, Art might have a tough time. That does look rear-wheel drive. Now, rear-wheel drive is certainly very plausible in this game. However, you might find in this field of cars like this, you might find getting yourself outran and getting stuck. So lap time-wise in that Countach may well be quite quick, but you might struggle a bit more with traffic. Don't know though. Can't say for sure. Of course, we will quickly find out. Art has sent it very hard to the inside. Through there. I've got stuck behind a Supra. Me and the Ferrari go either side on the exit there. I'm going to have a lot of understeer through there. I'm trying not to put a 575 in a wall. We have made it all work as we come up the hill. It is Speed Beast Ferrari that is leading the way, being followed by a Countach and a Corvette, then a Bentayga. The big Bentley struggling maybe a little bit more on a technical circuit like this compared to the faster festival track, although it's going to make a move on the Corvette. I think Art's going to take the lead with that Lamborghini fairly soon. Alright, can we get this change of direction nicely? We do. Through the smoke of cars ahead. There is a Bentayga up to second by the looks of it, past Speed Beast. It is. This may well become the battle for third, I think, between Speed Beast. We've got the machine of Chromatic. We've got the Ferrari. I don't know if I think the Corvette may be struggling a little bit here. We were trying to follow the Ferrari through. Do I have the acceleration? We do. On that, we've just got that bit more speed than the Corvette around here. I mean, the slower corners we're not bad at. We can get turned in for them. Speed Beast is desperately trying to defend that third place with the Ferrari. It's holding on, but it's really only just holding on for now. We will try again, focus on the exit of the corner. Did not quite get it right for that one. Yeah, the top two are starting to run away again. That's fine. They can do that. I mean, there's not much I can do to stop them at this point. I've had a little bit of a scruff where it's not been the best end to the lap. I mean, if Speed Beast is struggling a little bit for pace and does start backing up the AMC, it could become a very interesting four-car battle over third place if I can get my act together and stop bumping into walls. Chromatic's gone for an interesting line through there. I got through the final corner quite nicely. Ferrari very defensive. Ferrari may be struggling a bit for straight line speed. Weirdly, that GTC4, whatever it is, may be a bit underpowered in this field. I mean, I don't know how much power it comes from the factory. I know I'm running 800 horsepower. I'm pretty sure the AMC has the same engine as me. So yeah, there's very powerful cars. I don't know what the 575 is running. That has got some pace out here on the tarmac. Can we? Oh, the AMC bumped the wall, and that's going to stack us all up now. I didn't really have anywhere to go to make the most of that. What can we do in this? Because we're all getting a little bit held up. The Ferrari, the 575, big send, will struggle to pull that one up in time and make it pass. And indeed, good cutback, sensible cutback from the AMC. Saw what was happening. Didn't do anything stupid about it. Speed Beast has been slow through this section, is about to get mugged by everybody on the run up the hill. The AMC is going to maybe get away with this now in third if we all get stuck, although I think the AMC hit the wall. We've all got... I tried a manoeuvre that probably wasn't on with a Hemi Cuda that doesn't have the grip, but it was not a desperation... Well, kind of a bit of a desperation play. We're not going to get third stuck at the back of this train, so I had to try something and hope my car would hold on, but it couldn't quite. It ran out of grip. I think the Rebel is going to be clear in third. The Ferraris are duking it out into turn one. They've kind of slowed each other down a little bit. We're going to sneak past Speed Beast here after the 575 opened the door. 575 is all crossed up down here. Wanted to have a go at a pass, but very difficult to overtake a car that's wildly out of control. Did well, actually, to gather that one back up again through there. Speed Beast has a look. That's not really an overtaking spot, not in cars like this. Oh, we're going to be a little too wide, little too brave on the brakes through that section there. I'm having to be a little defensive in case Speed Beast thinks there's half a gap. Because that car behind is not bad in the corners, it just lacks a straight line speed that we have. Oh, Chromatic's a little wide. Chromatic's not had a great final lap, having got clear of everything. He's not had a great final lap, but is going to be out of range of us lot doing anything on this final lap. We've been quite good through here. Car ahead has run wide and is now slow. Could we be on for a sneaky pass for fourth? It's going to be... I haven't got the grip to make that one stick, although they slide wide. We slide wide. It's going to be a drag race to the line, and I think we're going to get it. It's going to go the way of the Hemi Cuda. Good race. That was great fun. And we had the front two we don't care about. We had an amazing battle over third. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I mean, all of our cars are terrible. A Bentayga, 24.4 and a Bentayga is astonishingly quick around there. I have cars that can do that, just not a Bentayga that can do it. 27s are not fast lap times. But we had a great fun battle in that one, honestly. Yeah, we probably had a much more entertaining race over that third place. But it would go, in the end, the way of the Rebel. The Scramble is the next circuit for us to be racing around. I am quite a long way back. Okay, the Rebel's only a couple of rows in front. I mean, we're expecting that to probably be the battle around here. This track is perhaps slightly less mean for the vehicles not on off-road race tyres, by virtue of there's a bit of tarmac, and the dirt sections are... mostly quicker. I mean, we're still... A rally-tired vehicle is going to really struggle to match an off-road race tyre vehicle, but this is a place where you're a little bit more likely to be able to do it. The Rebel with an amazing launch. We did not shoot off the line quite as quick as that one. Oh, let's try and get ourselves slowed through here. I mean, the Rebel knows if it's going to beat us, it's going to need to pull a lead. It's going to have to make as much time as it can early on. However, it is about to run into a wall of Bentayga, which is not really a thing you want to run into a wall of. I don't know what cars here are on off-road race tyres. We are going to try and get past the Ferrari. The Corvette, I don't think is. I don't know, though. The Rebel is there. Now, we cannot afford to be slowed down at all by the Countach or the Bentley, which is a problem because it's not actually the easiest of tracks to pass on here. We're going to go flying past the Lamborghini. But yeah, now the problem that we run into is Bentayga's going to be awkward to deal with through here. Slightly slows us down, and then it's on tarmac, and we know how fast that Bentley is in a straight line. I think we're going to struggle to do much about the Rebel this race. It got such a good start. I mean, I made the most of... when you get a start like that, you've got to make the most of it. When you are able to run free, you've absolutely got to make the most of it. And so far, the Rebel is doing just that. I mean, it would be helpful to me if the Bentley found a way past it. It's not going to stay there, but just enough to slow it down. Bentley's immense. I don't know how it's as fast as it is, but fair play. The Lamborghini is quick through that first section, but it's about to run out of quickness, I think, is the best way to... It's about to run out of traction, essentially. Well, now, what can we do as we head up it? So, I mean, this section, once you've got out of those twisty corners, now the Bentayga's tyres aren't that much of a detriment to it. Not so much, anyway. Will be a little through here, although they're probably big on the Bentley. I mean, we're going to have to send it somewhere here to the inside. I'm going to hazard a guess. It's going to be my best bet. And then sort of scythe past, not quite park it, but yeah, scythe past. And then we've got to try and build a gap. Because what I was saying about the Bentley going off to annoy the Rebel may well end up being what happens to me. Because I, for example, can't even be flat through there. That's not really even a corner in most cars. But in this, it is quite the problem. Oh, struggling to stop. Sorry, Bentley, that was actually a little bit... It was a little bit rude. Not intentional rude. I just did not have the grip to quite make it work. We are all out of sorts. We have to go through a slightly deeper part of the water. The good news for me, though, is... Oh, I didn't miss that checkpoint, which I thought I was about to. We are now on to the Plymouth's home turf, so to speak. Now, can I do anything about catching that AMC? I don't think so. I think we've lost too much early on. I think our cars are very evenly matched in terms of pace. Oh, there we go. That's fine through there. I mean, we finally get to run on our own through this section. Can we close up? I mean, we might close a little bit on that Rebel, but it's certainly not going to be enough. We've dropped the Bentley, so I'm not going to be worrying about that on the final lap of the race. We may not quite be able to challenge the Rebel for the victory. I mean, we can go for fastest lap. It's a small consolation prize in this one. However, we will definitely try for it if I cannot pass it on track. Bentley closes in so fast. That is immensely quick on the tarmac. I don't quite know how they got a Bentayga so fast. Fair play on that. It's, we are through the narrow part. I mean, sometimes the SUVs can be immensely quick in this game. There are some immensely. I've built some fair... I don't think I've built one that fast, but I have had some pretty damn quick SUVs in the past. We are out of the worst of the dirt section. Now, we're just too far back. I think the Rebels had a pretty good first part. So yeah, the Rebel is clearly better on the tarmac than we are. We are good through this section, but over a lap, I think it evens out to be pretty similar. I think the Rebel actually has had a good final lap. I've had a bit of an aggressive final lap, I think it is safe to say. We've been all over the place trying to make up lap time. Oh, I got them a little bit wrong. Heading into the penultimate corner. I mean, it'll be flat out to the line. It's not going to make a great difference at the end of this as we head up towards that finish line. Yeah, scruffy final lap from me. Bentayga will come home in third, though. It was a good race. it was a good challenge. What are the lap times? Yes, we got fastest lap off the race. It was, as expected, pretty close between me and the AMC. It's always difficult, though. There's 0.2 of a second difference in our lap, and after the first lap, I was probably a good few seconds down, and it's very difficult to make up time when the difference in the cars is only that much. I mean, the Bentley is immensely fast, considering that vehicle is on the wrong tyres for this, essentially. That's immensely quick around here. I mean, the Countach ends up in fourth as well, so there we go. The Rebel will claim victory. It's a second for the Hemi Cuda. Bentley's on the podium again. Yeah, not too displeased with that. For the final race, we have come to the Estadio circuit. I would have preferred to have started here for the off-road stuff, if I am honest. But, yeah, we are ready to go. Oh, it looks like the Bentley has had a disconnect. Well, I think the Countach is going to have an easy time here. Battle of the podium should be quite interesting, though, between my Cuda, the Rebel, that starts behind us. What else might we see? Work over 575 as well. There's likely to be the cars here. Maybe something else is going to work exceptionally well at this track. You never know. I mean, if I managed to... even if by some miracle I managed to stay ahead of the Lamborghini for a little bit, I think it's just going to be too good. It's just going to be... It's faster than me in a straight line and it's better handling. My vehicle is quite the boat. That was a gamble and a half. I mean, I wanted to get the lead before we left Ghost Mode. I took one hell of a gamble that I wasn't going to miss the checkpoint. We got it spot on. I mean, we were absolutely perfect through there, but that was definitely a gamble and a half. I can maybe be flat through that section, which is useful information. That is for sure. I mean, I don't know what the rain is going to make. I don't think it's going to make much difference. Countach is on rally tyres, so that'll be fine out here. It's only if it's on slicks would it really make a difference. I mean, there is less grip, of course, in the rain. It's not the biggest of issues for the cars. So, yeah, we will see what that... I don't know where the Lamborghini is on the leaderboard. It's up to 5th at the moment. We've not had a terrible start, actually, to all of this. We've kind of got away from... We've got away from the horde, which is helpful. We can run our own pace, and even if that Lamborghini is faster, it's going to get stuck in a fair bit of... Well, it has got stuck in a fair bit of traffic, but it is now free. It is free of all of the traffic, and while me and the Rebel are probably going to end up fighting each other and slowing each other down, and the Lamborghini's going to catch us even faster. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. I mean, I hope the Rebel doesn't want to pass down here. It's not really an overtaking spot through that section. Oh... I mean, you can pass on the way into the chicane. You're more likely to pass on the way out of it. Both of us have run wide on the way out of it. This is actually your better overtaking section through here if you can line up a pass. But no one is close enough to be having a look this lap around. Oh, God, the Lambo's here. I mean, if it gets past the Rebel, I might not even fight it that hard. Because I feel like my fight is... It's kind of like when a Red Bull that's out of position for one reason or another catches you, and you're having a battle. I say you as if any of the Formula One, but is the Red Bull catches any other battle going on track basically, and there's no point in me compromising my battle with the Rebel to fight a vastly superior car. Surprisingly, the Lamborghini doesn't seem as much faster here as it has been elsewhere, but yeah, it's definitely quicker. It's through this section. It's probably this part of the track where the Countach is really going to be quicker than us, really going to be showing its speed. I'm defending more from the Rebel than I am from the Lambo here. The Lambo has got past. It may actually breeze past me down a straight, I don't know. It did look pretty fast in the first race that we had, although we get off. So the one advantage I have over that Countach, and the Rebel has it as well, is we do have traction. We have the all-wheel drive traction that these cars... I mean, these are very, very heretical cars that we have. We've got V12... It's like the old Forza Horizon 3 builds. V12 shoved in an all-wheel drive thing. I mean, it's working to an extent. And it really is only to an extent. Because down here, of course, the Lamborghini's traction issues aren't really a thing anymore. Jesus, that car is fast. You know what? I'm having a tiny lift there. Oh, I should have maybe had a little bit more of a lift for the corner. I just can't match it. It is one of those. I would fight it as hard as I could, but that is just going to come past us, whatever we do. And the thing I don't want to do is, I'm being sensible here, it was to put myself in a situation whereby I was going to mess up the chicane and suddenly find that the machine was there to kind of profit from that one. I am very surprised that I do like this track. I like this track a lot. It is one of my preferred tarmac circuits. But I am surprised to see that the Rebel hasn't really... I mean, it's been with us. It's lost a little bit of ground when the Lamborghini caught up, and it's not really regained it. So I am slightly surprised by that one. I did think it would probably have the measure of us here, but no, the Hemi Cuda has been good. I'm happy. This is definitely the happiest I've been with the car on... In the tarmac events, we ended up building that slightly more specialised car, or very specialised car, towards the off-road stuff as it happened and as it went with the lobby. Oh, come on, Hemi Cuda. Let's not beans this up at the death. We are out of the final corner. It is going to be a victory for the Lamborghini. It's going to be a second place, though, for the Hemi Cuda. Yeah, we had no real answer for the Countach. But it was another good battle. It was the battle I kind of expected. And the 575 comes home in 4th, I believe that was. Yeah, 575 is up there in terms of pace. It's just the start. We had a really good start. We made the most of the ghost modes to launch ourselves away, and we got out of trouble. So yeah, me, the Rebel, and the 575 were within 2/10 of each other. Yeah, difficult to make up big time at that point. Yeah, the Lambo was faster. We expected to be, really. It's just better suited to that. But there we go. I enjoyed that race. I enjoyed that race very much. You know, I'm happy with my Hemi Cuda. It put up a great fight. I mean, we spent most of the time basically battling with the Rebel, and I expected the Rebel to be a very fast choice. So the fact that the Hemi Cuda was keeping up with essentially the same idea in terms of build, I'm very, very happy with. And we won. Oh, we could have won a Mosler and one of that. I have 100 million. I'm not really that fussed about money in the game anymore, but. Yeah, I'm happy with that car. I'm happy with that car. There was some good fun racing. That, though, is going to be it for this one. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.